Hi, my name is Helena Casella. I'm a jazz singer, composer and pianist, and I'm here in W.E.R.F from Kaap in a residency with my band to practice for upcoming shows. I did not expect it actually to have like so many reactions and so much press happening in the beginning of the release. So it's very exciting. It's super cool to just receive so much love, so much warmth, and really nice reactions. There were people that really enjoy the album, and also from the press. It's a bit nerve-wracking as well because it's the first time for me to be in these environments and with journalists and on TV and stuff. But it is definitely. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think with the album, I think it's the music relates to a lot of people. So I was pretty convinced for myself that it would like go its own way a bit. But it's also thanks to my team. I have a really great team of with my label, W.E.R.F. They do great promo in combination with Le Fabuleux, and also my managers are really on it. Rijk management, they're really good. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one because I have so many people I look up to. But like if I'm focusing mostly on the musicians that I'm listening to more recently, not necessarily that they have anything in common. I think they make different music, but I would love to like hear Mansour Brown. I love his playing. It's really in the style of what I do. I'm in love with James Blake. He's my biggest inspiration. So a lot of UK scene artists. I would love to collab with some other singers as well, like Eliza and Cleo Soul is really my biggest. But then I love like these more like old school soul, piano, organ, like how Lonnie Liston plays, or Donny Hathaway as well. He plays Beautiful Roads, and he sings as well. And then like some horns, like I don't know, like Coltrane or Sonny Rollins, or all these big people. And then for drummers, I love Brian Blade. He's really a drummer that I enjoy listening to, and also like atmosphere. Like he's always smiling and stuff, and I look at that a lot too. Like with the personality of people, how it's visual in their playing. Yeah. So those are some people. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that I think of. Well, not the music from the album because that has been written a while ago, but I have been writing some new stuff, and I love reading Milan Kundera books, and there was one about called Immortality, which is a very like it's a fictional book, but it's also like very philosophical at the same time, and it's super relatable in so many ways, and you really like kind of like envision your life according to the book sometimes, which is super cool. And then I kind of like automatically wrote about it, or some things that he talks about. So that is one book, and also I read some Octavia Butler. She's super cool. She writes more science fiction from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. No, actually it's later. It's 80s, 90s, I think. But she has this book called Parable of the Sowers, which is a super apocalyptic, dystopian, futuristic book, which has also a lot in common with what is happening today in the world. So it's super scary at the same time. But it's very inspirational the way she writes, which is something I'm probably putting in my music. That's a tough question, I think, because there's so much space in between the songs that I wrote, so it doesn't, like when I was making the album, it didn't really feel like I was making an album. I was just like collecting parts of songs and everything, or writing very like spread out, like over a large period of time. But I think there's a lot of like moments where I feel hypersensitive or something, or like I have like a mind that really doesn't stop thinking. So whenever I write down some things, it's like mostly things that I have like thoughts that are reoccurring in a lot of situations, a lot of social situations and stuff. So it's for me like definitely like a moment to pin down how I react to things in real life, and how present these thoughts are in my mind. So I actually like write them down, because it's like constantly ongoing and there's so many things to think about, but there are like a lot of things that really like come back. So yeah, then I can like really focus on these things and just like question what I'm like, how can I go out of this, or how can I just really focus on things that I embrace it more, you know. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, the music is really like one of the best tools to have to really get to know yourself and to use it as a kind of therapy or something. Yeah, I have a lot of people involved from my family in the production of the album. So my brother sings a lot, my dad is on the album, also in the visual part. So my aunt, she made some of the single covers, my brother took the pictures. So it's like, I think what I realize is that it's like I really seek for people to collaborate with in very close environments, and also the people I'm most familiar with, that I feel most comfortable with, which is my family. Yeah. My personal life, well, I mean, there's so many things. I don't think there's like a dominant thing though, like, because I mean, I've dealt with a lot of like emotions throughout the years, especially during the making of the album. Like there was a lot of grief and loss. I lost my mom, and I had to, like, I'm in the same place. I had to like, or at the same time, I had to really like figure out like a whole new way of living for myself in a different city, different country, different school and stuff, and being on my own. So it was like it's a big package of like unpacking the thoughts that are going through my head during this process, and learning how to be independent and just standing on my own feet. So that's a very personal thing that I really incorporated in this album. Yeah. Because everybody goes through these things, like even Frozen Inside, it's actually such a silly moment where you're really stuck in a daydream. I really emphasize it in a dramatic way, because it's like such a small fraction of a second that happens when you're like stuck and you're staring at a random person in public, and then this person sees you and they're like, oh, and you get out of your daydream, and it's such an awkward moment. And then I totally like emphasize that moment, which is funny. But so many people have this, you know, so that's funny. Yeah, I really like gardens. I love gardens. I love like botanical gardens. Like there's this beautiful big garden in Rio where I go every time when I'm there. And it's just like these huge trees and palm trees and stuff. And then I think if you put like, I mean, not even a stage, maybe I'll just play there or something. But it's just so, it makes you feel connected to like ages of like growth and nature, and you're kind of like an extension of that in a way. And if you like, I don't know, like playing for, not just playing for people, but playing for trees is beautiful, I think. I don't know. So yeah, or playing, there's also like, they host these concerts in the Botanical Garden in Ghent, in the Planetarium. They have some shows coming up soon, I think, as well. And there I would love to play as well, because it's a place where I go all the time, so. Yeah. But there is another place that I wanted to mention. It's like, I mean, it's not a place, but it's like, you know, the flyover, like in Ghent, when you have like a autolose zondag, there's no cars, and then they close the exit of the highway, and that's such a cool place, because like people go there, and then if you put like a stage in like on top of the viaduct, I don't know how to say that, and then there's just people like going down the flyover, it would look amazing. I think that's a good thing. They should try that out. Yeah, next Saturday, the 5th of April, we're gonna play on Push the Button Festival in Oostende, in the Grote Post. So if you like what you've heard, come have a look, and I guarantee it's gonna be a great show. So yeah.